Welcome to AlphaCars. My name is Dimitri, and today we are checking out 2015 Mercedes G550 Gelandewagen. We all know what it is. People that don't know refer to it to, oh, it's that Mercedes, it's that big square thing on the road. If you're looking at this video, you must know what the G-Class is. So I don't have to give you the story, but the story is very interesting. We're going to talk about this car and why it is so special. First of all, in 2022, the market for the G-Class is really strong because the supply of the new ones is so limited and the pricing on the new ones is so expensive. That is why people are hanging on to their G-Class. So new dealers are not getting those trades. We are not, or the vehicle owners are not selling their vehicles. We don't have access to the inventory that we would love to have. So to find one is really hard. To find a nice one is almost impossible. So having this vehicle currently in inventory, at least at the time of this video, is very special. But there are many other things about this car that are so special. First of all, visit our website, alphacars.com, and check out if this vehicle is still available. If it is, and the listing is there, under available vehicles, we also have sold vehicles. Don't confuse the two. If it is still available and you're interested in this vehicle, you're going to learn through the listing the condition of tires, brakes, paint meter readings. We're actually going to do that with you in this video minutes later. You're also going to learn the history of the vehicle, which is transparent. Ownership history, service history. It's impeccable through the network of the Mercedes-Benz dealers. Really amazing car. So hang on and watch this video. There's going to be a lot of cool details, including a full underbody inspection. And you're going to see why doing the rust preventive treatment on a brand new vehicle, as this was done on this car, is so beneficial. You're going to see it with your own eyes on this vehicle. So let's talk about year 2015. At this point, G-Class is in production for many years with various improvements, with various changes, and a lot of changes throughout the years. They were welcome and nice. And then in 2016, there's another change that is loved by some and really disliked by others. I happen to be the second group of people. I love the pre-2016 G-Class. I think it's the best G-Class there is. And why? Well, first of all, it is the last year of the naturally aspirated, non-turbo V8. A phenomenal V8 that's been in production for many years. Early on, the engine had some flaws that were quickly addressed, and the later generation of this V8 is simply amazing. It's virtually trouble-free. We love it. Our technicians love the engine. The vehicle owners that have Mercedes with this engine, they absolutely love it. Why? It's smooth, it has outstanding performance, and it has phenomenal track record for reliability and ease of service. How can you go wrong? So in 2016, Mercedes decided to go with a smaller V8, 4-liter, versus 5.4-liter, naturally aspirated, 4-liter twin-turbo V8. Great concept, great engine, awesome technology, but for an SUV with this classic look and with the type of off-road driving it might take, the owner might take the vehicle, the naturally aspirated V8 is so much better for a number of reasons that I already mentioned. So the 4-liter twin-turbo V8, great engine used on the Mercedes GT, number of other vehicles, Mercedes vehicles. It just feels wrong for me and some others for the G-Class. So now that we have this 2015, the last year in production, with the best engine Mercedes built, at least for this body style application vehicle. What else? Well, in 2016, they also went to a different style bumpers. And again, it's a modern look, slicker look. It's the bumpers that have, you'll see it on the pictures, it's the bumpers that actually have the reinforcement inside, and they have a bumper cover, which is something you see on majority of vehicles on the road. The structural element of the bumper is inside, and outside is the bumper fascia, bumper cover, the refinished part. So that's what you're gonna see on the 2016 and newer G-Class. Not to mention, the 2018 is a completely different G-Class. Some people absolutely love it, and some people absolutely hate it. So there's definitely a huge factor in previous generation, even to 2016 through 2018, or certainly pre-2016 G-Class, to find them with low mileage, with clean service history, with clean ownership history. That's going to be huge. That's going to be hard. So we have one. And yes, this is 2015. So it has the classic solid bumpers. No bumper covers, just refinished solid bumpers with composite ends on the bumper. So if you happen to hit something, you don't have to change the whole bumper. You can just change this part. There are integrated, as you can see here, there are integrated sensors. And you can certainly see them in the center. So plenty of them looking in different directions. And yes, it is the solid metal bumper in the front, and it is a composite. Many owners think it's metal in the back. It's actually, I'm not sure what exact material it is, but it's certainly some kind of a composite fiberglass, thick, solid beam bumper. And then we have the signature push guard or push bar that is in the front. And then everything that's behind is so beautiful about this car. Somehow the previous owners of this car, one had it for 6 years and I believe drove 33,000 miles, and the last owner had it for about a year and drove it for the remainder of the miles, 6 to 7,000 miles. Both took amazing care of the cosmetics and mechanics of this car. The service history is consistent, it's impressive, and when our technicians looked at it, they're like, wow. First of all, everybody looked at the underbody, and please continue on with this video. You will see an underbody overview. It has properly done, very expensive protective coating on the outside of the underbody components and on the inside. So the frame, cross members, and all internal enclosed areas, we call them, they're all sprayed with a different type of protective coating for the enclosed area. This was all was done on this vehicle. It is absolutely amazing. So now the exterior paint, it is beautiful, it is gorgeous, it is impeccable, and it virtually, I couldn't find one single chip anywhere in the front. And yes, it is original. How do we know? Well, the Carfax is clean. That's half of the story. There are so many cars, we all know Carfax is clean, and yet the car has been in accidents, major accidents. We've seen it the other way, where the Carfax may list an accident, and yet the car has original paint and no signs of accident. So some minor interaction. But this car has both. It has a clean Carfax, it has no accident, it has original paint. We're going to use this paint meter, Elco meter, it's one of the best, and we're going to measure the paint and show it to you. So please continue on with this video. We're going to show it as a separate segment that we already did in our underbody video, but we're all going to combine it in this one video. So definitely check this out, but I'll just show you the consistency of the readings. We put the paint meter on the paint and we take the readings, and you'll see it later on, and then it measures. The Mercedes readings are anywhere between, well, it ranges, could be as low as 2, 2.5 usually, and it could be as high as 6, possibly 6.5. But usually it ranges around 4 up and down. So we're measuring 4.5 on the hood, we're measuring 4.5 on the fender, and it goes on. So, and please stay with us with this video, continue on. There is a test drive, a short test drive, just some back roads, so it's all going to be there. But it is actually pretty comfortable. You drive it and you feel the vehicle is substantial, and yet it's very comfortable. So let's get a little bit closer and we can start checking things out. There are virtually no imperfections on this automobile. And when I say virtually, because I might be missing something, but if I'm missing something, it is not obvious. It is not obvious. It is quite nice. We did install a new set of Michelin tires. We did a full inspection, and there was very little to pretty much nothing that we needed to do, but you can see our listing on our website. Here is the website, alphacars.com, or you can give us a call, 978-263-9000. And again, you'll see all the details of our findings, including the Carfax report, of course, the original window sticker, and a detailed description. And even though we're going to have full underbody content in this video, but check out the condition of the exhaust and check out the condition of the components that usually have, light underbody paint that starts to rust, even on southern vehicles. But here, it's all covered, literally soaked with protective coatings. Back to exterior paint. There are no chips around the windshield. Something is very important to check on any vehicle, especially on the G-Class. We do have, I believe we do have 2 keys. Here it is. It says right here, 2 keys. We always put that note right on our key tags. The windshield frame is impeccable. No chips. The hood and paint on the fenders and the grille is absolutely impeccable. Bumper corners, nice and clean. No pitting on the headlamps or driving lamps. Stainless steel looks beautiful. Front grille, excellent. No pitting or chips. And we'll take a peek at the underside of the bumper, which looks nice. There are no dings on the body side panels. No creases. The windshield is nice and clear, no chips or cracks. The mirrors look nice, no scuffs on the edges. Door hinges look impeccable. That's the area of definitely of concern on the older G-Class. You want to watch out for rust presence. Actually, you want to watch out for rust presence on any vehicle, but on the G-Class, you definitely, since these have been on the road in different environments for many years, definitely watch out for that. And we have excellent videos that cover all the concerns to look for when you check out the G-Class for rust. All the moldings are nice and straight. Nothing is wavy or bowed. And then we're getting to the rear of the vehicle. Yeah, the G-Class has an awesome stance. Classic, I would say. We're going to align this. I just noticed this one is a little bit off. It's kind of bumped up a little. We can rotate this. We will rotate this because this has to be parallel to the bumper. We didn't see that until I just stepped back. We're going to definitely straighten that. The rear bumper is nice and very, very clean. We don't think this vehicle towed anything because we look at these areas where you usually put chains, and there are no scratches. It's all in like brand new condition. Let's see if I can pop this off. Yeah, and the inside here is virtually brand new. We look at these sides to make sure they're not scratched. So this vehicle have not towed, but it is set up with heavy duty towing, and it is definitely it can tow. Again, looking at all the details here, you can see things are just impeccable throughout the vehicle. All the lines are nice and straight. I wish they still offered brand new ones in the original Gelandewagen configuration with a frame like this one, because again, with the new ones, they're more like a GL from the driving standpoint. They do not give you the feel of a heavy-duty, rugged vehicle, and yet luxurious vehicle. Well, it's time to check out the interior. Everything about this car is close to new condition. We're going to start from the door jambs. Look at the door bottoms. Again, impeccable. Not to mention clean, but no gouges from seat belts. So obviously the previous owners of this vehicle, they were very, very careful. And I would have to say their passengers were also in tune with and recognizing that this is a very special vehicle, and you have to be just a little bit more careful. With the interior of this one, it has one detail, and I think it's a really custom part of the Designo interior, and that is this off-white. It's a different white than the exterior. The exterior is really like a bright white. This is, I wouldn't call it beige, it's just nice, toned down, off-white, white. And it's beautiful. It is impeccable. There are no cracks, and it's wood that is refinished and clear-coated in this gorgeous color. And what a nice selection. It looks, it just makes this car, I believe, the interior. Because I've seen this with wood interior, which is nice, but every single car nowadays has wood interior. So I love the interior in this one. Soft leather, Designo leather, which is different from the standard, also very nice, but standard Mercedes leather. I'm not sure how your screen is tuned and what kind of red color you see. That is kind of the biggest thing. So if you know this color, you would know what it is, but it's not like orangey bright red. It's a toned down, gorgeous, deep red leather. I would say kind of like it's a little deeper than you would see on the Ferrari. Definitely a little bit darker than that, but I think a screen might show it as a brighter red. Maybe on some screens, depending how it's tuned, could show it as orangey. There's nothing like that here. Impeccable condition. Usually when I go around, and there are any imperfections, I would show it and I would point out. There's nothing here that we need to talk about as far as that goes. Headliner is nice and clean. A good sized sunroof certainly covers the whole front compartment. Let's see if we can open that up. Oh, we have the key right there. Oh, let's get this door out of the way. Yeah, and you can actually see the inside of the door is also sprayed with that coating. I just wiped that off a little bit and you can see inside. So this car has been properly treated since it was new. And the reason I can say since it was new, because the way the undercoating is applied to the underbody, you can just tell. Heated steering wheel. Which was actually an option. This car came, the G-Class in 2015 came fully loaded, and yet there were a couple of options. Designo interior was one of them, and heated steering wheel was another. So let's get this sunroof. And what I love about G-Class sunroofs, when you open them, you don't hear the motor. You just don't hear the motor. And the motor is actually in the back. It's somewhere in the area of this quarter panel. And the drive system are heavy-duty cables encapsulated in metal tubing. I would say definitely heavy-duty construction. Look at this gorgeous stitching, beautiful leather. And you can still form and shape these. The seats are really, really comfortable with some nice fine tuning. Yeah, so you can see this is orangey because of the color, but it is this gorgeous red color. The dashboard is also wrapped with leather. The steering wheel is beautiful leather. The armrest is leather. It is a really incredible craftsmanship around this interior. You can see the windows work nice and smooth. The engine is impeccable. Sometimes we get cars from California and they look like this. So this is indicative that this vehicle has not seen a real, like New England or northern winters, because all the hardware is nice and bright. And you'll see it on the underbody video as well. We showed it on the underbody hardware. You have one winter and you don't have hardware that looks this clean. The anodized coatings just turn gray all around. You don't have aluminum that looks like this. So this is definitely, this vehicle, in my opinion, was used only during, good weather, and it has not been used as a winter SUV, even though the undercoating was done, but there are no signs of such use. So the last thing we're going to do before we take you to our test drive video, we're actually going to start the engine here in the showroom, and I will show you this massive amount of cargo space. And because it's totally square, there's so much you can put in these. I used to have one of these. Mine, I think, was 05. And I remember we took a 2-day trip with kids, and we put so much stuff in it. It was unreal. So I can speak for that. And then as far as rear passengers, it is a great spot to sit because you are sitting actually up high. See where I'm sitting and where the seat back is in the relation to, it's actually below my chest level. The top of the seat back is below my chest level. So it's a great spot. You're kind of like looking over the front passenger and the driver, and you can just see a lot from here. And it's a massive back seat. It's luxurious. It has heated seats in the back. So it's very, 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 very nice. It has AMG side pipes. This is standard for 2015. It has two short exhausts. They're here exiting on the side. You can see them right here on each side. And it has a nice rumble, and yet when you drive it, it's very, very quiet. And again, I'm a big fan of this engine. We've seen this engine in the early days, even in the early E550s. And a couple of years, they had a couple of issues that they addressed by 2009. And then from 2009 and on, this engine only impressed us and the vehicle owners with its performance. $40,640 miles. Yeah, and it is highly capable SUV. We selected truly the best tire money can buy, Michelin. And as you can see, the tread design contributes to the quiet and comfortable ride, but it is a great all-season tire. It is actually decent for the off-road. You can certainly get better off-road tires, but then those would be noisy. But this is a nice combination. So we have brand new set of tires. If you look at our listing, you will see that the brakes, our technician rated at 90% material left, so they're almost new. And also, this vehicle has powder-coated calipers, which are red calipers, similar to what you see on the AMG version. And I think this one, the way it was ordered, these must have been done when the vehicle was new. They were just matching it up to a beautiful red interior. So this car was very tastefully put together during the new vehicle order process through Mercedes, and then brake red powder-coated calipers, which is another additional touch. By the way, not an inexpensive touch. We do that. We've done recently a couple of Porsches, and you can certainly spend a couple $1,000s, if not more, to get it done. Thank you very much for viewing this video from AlphaCars, from our Boxbar location. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and let us know which videos you like the best. My name is Dimitri, and until the next time.